Welcome, Abundance team members. Thanks as always for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm getting quite excited with the new year, even though there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there, especially last week, and when we still have the inauguration coming up. But I want to just remind everybody, try to keep that vibration up, gratitude, appreciation, love, get that vibration up and it'll really help you. But I'm getting excited about the upcoming year because the reports are coming back that are just so positive, and we're going to share a couple of those reports today with you all to discuss it. But what I wanted to remind you is our purpose here is to elevate people's lifestyles, to bring them up through better health and nutrition, increased wealth, and enhanced relationships, getting to know people, helping people, appreciating people. So that's our purpose. So when I start hearing these about people that are getting such great effects from this new product line we have coming out, it's very heartwarming because it is elevating their lifestyles. It's changing their lifestyles better. And it's my belief, if you're not worried so much about your body, like you're not having body issues, that frees up a lot of your energy, and it allows you to raise your vibration easier because you're not thinking about the body. The body kind of pulls you in when there's a problem and your mind's on that. But when there's no problem and you're feeling good, you elevate your lifestyle, you can elevate your vibration, and then things are easier and it feels lighter. So that's one really good thing about our products is when the people don't have those retention on their body as much, they can get freed up. Now, last week we kind of talked about why the negative ions are working and helping these remedies work so effectively. And I want to go over a couple base concepts that we've proven. One is that our bodies don't absorb on a cellular level through what's called osmosis. That was the old belief that I learned when I was in school in biology. What it was, the area of high concentration slowly migrated through the barrier wall to an area of low concentration and back and forth. That's not true. They found out about 15 years ago that we have actually these little channels called aquaporins, and you can look aquaporins up, and it's new science relatively, and most people don't understand it. But the aquaporins pull in the molecules one at a time, and they have a little positive gate, plus gate. So remember, if you have two positive magnets and you try to put them together, what do? They repel. So if your water or your nutrients are positive charged or positive ionized, they will repel out of the aquaporin. So it makes it much harder to get the water into the cell. If they're negative, take that same magnet and turn it around, and you have a negative to a positive, sucks it right in. So that's one of the things that's been proven, that negative ionized water really comes in. Another thing that's been proven is when molecules are missing electrons, they share them. And when they go back and forth sharing them to compensate, clump together. And when you have a clumped molecule, it can't go through that small aquaporin tube either. So if you think of a beach ball trying to go through a straw, it doesn't work. So when the negative ions get there, it opens it up and allows those nutrients to go in. So that's why when people use the negative ions, the E2 concentrate, and they put it in any liquid, it's not just water, but it could be any foods or anything. They take in vitamin. When your body breaks that down, those negative ions break those molecules down, go in on a cellular level much easier. And then finally is, of course, Dr. Pollack's work out of the University of Washington, which he's showing this exclusion zone, or easy zone he calls, and around the cells, the liquid actually separates to where very close to the cell is negative ionized. As we get further away, it gets more acidic and positive charged. It's the own polarity of the cell and those aquaporins actually acting to separate that water so that you can get the nutrients in. And think of this. If you have a lot of positive charged water, how much is that available water going to be? Whereas if you have a lot of negative ionized water, that layer close to the cells is much bigger, which means you can hydrate on a cellular level better and get it in. So now when we add those to the remedies, what happens is our body can take them in right into the cells. And when they bring it right into the cells, they work like magic. And that's why they're becoming so effective. Okay, with that, my first guest, you guys all know him so well. And the reason why he's part of this is because he's kind of on the inside. I'll say that in a winky kind of way. But of course, it's DeMarco. And DeMarco started with our remedies. And now, DeMarco, can you share with us what you've experienced from that remedy?
Last 10 years, I have been getting up at night.
Can you flip the screen to you?
Can you hear me?
DeMarco,
Yeah.
flip the screen to you.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but go ahead and flip the screen to you too, so we see you.
Okay, great. No problem. I'm adding myself to Spotlight. So we're both here. Okay, great. So
Okay.
so about 10 years ago, I noticed that I was getting up at night like 3 times a night. And then about 5 years ago, it started getting worse where it was 5, 6 times a night. And recently it's been like 7 times a night. I've been getting up at night to go to the restroom. That's what I've been doing, going to the restroom. So most people telling me I have a swollen prostate. I was going to go to the doctor to see about it, but because of the COVID issue, I've just had to stay here. I couldn't go. So Brent had me call Michael and have Michael send me the same thing that Kevin got. I wasn't at yet last week's meeting because I was a little bit ill. So I started taking it. Now listen, here's how deep it is. I didn't start taking it till Saturday. Today is Tuesday. And on Sunday night and last night, I did not get up at all. And this is every night I had been getting up 7 times to go to the restroom. It's like I don't even get enough sleep. I get upset because I'm not getting enough sleep. So I was telling Michael earlier, this stuff is so good. I just want to go back to sleep. So that gives you my full testimony. And now I actually want to tell everybody. I've been calling my uncles, friends of mine. And so I don't know what to do, Brent, here. What do I do? I mean, do I tell them to call Michael? Do I tell them to call you? I mean, I got my phone right now. If I showed you my text messages, they're asking me for this stuff. Yeah, I see a text right here. My husband wants some of this. You can see these messages coming in here right now. So it's incredible.
Okay, really so DeMarco, that is awesome. So look, we trust you. We know that you're a very reliable source, and for you to have such a profound effect so quickly, that says volume. So that's really good. So what we're going to do, everybody, is if you're on the inside, one of us, we will get you the remedies early. But the people, DeMarco, you're going to have to tell them they're going to have to wait a week or two because we're fast tracking getting them ready to come out. And then they can sign up at the Buyers Club and start getting them. But I agree when something works that fast, because what happens is that the negative ions are kind of they help a lot with a lot of conditions, but they're almost like a preventative thing. They're like the foundation. But when you add a foundation plus something and it attacks a specific issue, that's dear to people's hearts because they have that specific issue. So we'll be letting it out, but that's great. You already have a number of people. That just shows you how fast it's going to go. Yeah, so what I'd like to tell everybody, go ahead.
I was going to say, there's one thing about the negative ions that I do want to add. It makes my water, no matter what it makes it taste so good. I'm telling you right now, when you spray that bottle into anything, the water, I spray it in actual tap water because you can drink the tap water in Chicago. Man, that water tastes like you really want to drink it. It tastes so much better. So there is something you see right away. I do agree, but you don't see the results of the negative ions till, down the line. But the taste of it is what I think we do have to market that taste because I miss it if I don't, if I don't use it. So just adding something.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you, and that's what happens when people get on it. They become very, I don't want to say addicted, very fanatical about it because of what you just stated. But we need to get the people to go on initially,
right,
fast, and that's when the specific remedies really help us grow very quickly. Right. Now we also have somebody else, Kevin. Last week you shared your testimony, but do you want to add anything since then, or give us a quick little recap now that we got you on, so we can make this video a good video that DeMarco can post?
Absolutely. Last week I spoke of how I was having the same issues as DeMarco. I was going to the bathroom 6, 7, 8 times a night, every 2 hours almost, like clockwork. I was talking with Mike, and I was telling him what my issues were, and he said he was going to come up with a remedy. About a week later, he sent me 3 vials with droppers. I began taking them. I noticed a difference immediately, but it wasn't quite the difference Mike had expected. Mike expected it to be completely done and gone and over after I did it for a couple of days. And I told Mike, you know what? I have been taking supplements, spending, upwards from $75 to $100 per month on supplements that do not work. I mean, they work, they relieve me maybe 5-10%. But this product, the remedies that he gave to me have, I sleep at night.
That's
I
it.
go to bed. No, really, it's truly amazing. I go to bed, um, and I'll wake up like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'll look at the clock, and I'll think, "Wow, I can't believe I just slept for 5 hours."
Yep.
And then I'll sit there for a couple of seconds thinking, should I go to the bathroom? You know, and you know what? I can go right back to sleep.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning like I did many centuries ago, and just live a normal life. Really, I was telling Mike today that um, you know all the times that I would sit and work in front of my computer here at home, calling and speaking with E2 potential customers. All of the men that I ran into that told me that they had the same issue. Well, I've kept I have a list of these people, and I believe that when they try it, they're going to tell people about it because it's just natural to do. It's a great product. I cannot wait until we have it available for all, and that's my testimony. I'm a believer. I love it.
I'm a touch of the belief. It's like a cult following right now. I would not leave this. It's so deep that
Yeah.
anything Mike sends me, I'm going to take.
Well, listen, Mike is, I'm running out of mine now, and and I want Mike to send me some more. And Mike's like, well, hold on a second, just check and see how things are going. Maybe you don't need any more. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to wait. I don't want to take the chance. I like my life the way it is right now, but that's the way it is for me. And thanks, Mike. I really do appreciate it.
Well, I would like to add something to that. What happened is actually I knew other people with the same problem, and it actually came by accident. I made up the remedies using real water because it's all I have. I mean, that's what I keep on hand, right? And I noticed that it was that the benefits. In other words, the remedy was working better. And on most people, honest to God, it's usually you take it that night, you sleep that night, and the next day you get up, and from then on, it's better. And I kind of almost how it was with you. You said you got it on Saturday, and Sunday you slept better.
That's how it was.
Is that right, DeMarco?
That's exactly what happened. I couldn't believe it. I told you I thought it would take some time to work, and it worked on Sunday. I was sleeping.
I told him the very same thing, DeMarco. I told him the very same thing. I said, it's going to take a minute to settle in and work for me.
Yeah.
And wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
I didn't notice it Saturday night.
But I found, and honestly, with most people, with a lot of people, I mean, I've maybe put it out to maybe 10 people so far, but most of them, really, the results are just immediate. And by the way, the stuff that will actually be a little bit stronger. I made the formula a little bit stronger for what Brent will be sending out. It's actually going to work a little better.
Okay, awesome.
Well, that's just phenomenal, and we're excited about it. And what I want to emphasize is remember, the science is in this book, Miraculous Properties of Ionized Water. Why negative ions are so powerful, and it even goes down. I gave you the 3 logical explanations, but it even gets down to the whole quantum physics, where electrons are the smallest energy particle that can change between a wave and a particle, which blew scientists away when it found out. And it's based on the intention of the person observing it. And that's proven with science now, which is the whole quantum physics, which is taking over. But it's the lowest form of energy we have. And when you combine it with other stuff, it just amplifies it. It gives it supercharged life. And that's why we have something that is so powerful and so effective. And this year is going to be a huge year. I know we have a little foundation set now, and we have the marketing with DeMarco. We have some leaders with Kevin and Michael and his group, and we're just going to blow this thing out. So what I want to tell people, the UN site people that are on here, that 20 people or so that are on this right now, if you have a remedy that you have a specific issue you want to get handled, we will personally do it through Michael with you now so that you can become the foundation before we roll it out to the masses. So you have personal conviction and personal belief, because nothing's more real when it's real to you. When you're the one that experienced it, your confidence level is through the roof, and then you have no back off with sharing with other people, because that's what holds most people back from sharing things is well, maybe am I being hypocritical? But if it happened to you, it's real. So like we say, let's get real, right? Okay, great. And just remember, use this in all your water, wine, alcohol. If you drink alcohol, it helps with all of it, juices, everything else.
Anything
And
non-carbonated, it works in.
I would like to say something, one more thing. You know, you're healing yourself. All this stuff does is it puts the body in a position where it actually is able to heal itself.
yeah, and that's important because we cannot, natural products in the United States, Michael, like I've said, and you know this, cannot treat, cure, prevent any disease. So we cannot say that it treats, cure, prevents any disease. All it does is helps you with your own immune system and your own body take care of certain conditions. And it's you that's doing it with a little help from our negative ions. So with that, we keep it short. I know it's crazy times right now. Look for those remedies. If you have, go ahead and email us. Email me and Michael. We'll get you set up. That confidence to move forward in a very dramatic and effective way. I thank you again to an elevated lifestyles, better health and nutrition, increased wealth, and enhanced relationships. Thanks, DeMarco. And be there on Thursday for DeMarco's meeting for world-class training.
Great. See you guys Thursday.
Thanks.